cool. How's everybody doing? Okay, great. So I'm gonna talk about where I'm from and in the Fresh Meadows. Do people know where and what Fresh Meadows is? Okay. No, that is a loud no. So you're gonna find out. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. And this is called What Price Fresh Meadows? Yeah, you can go next. It's on the 1932 film What Price Hollywood. It has nothing to do with this, but I just think that that's nice. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little background on Fresh Meadows. And yeah, in the theme of tolls, I'm going to talk about the literal toll of being from Fresh Meadows, like what it costs, and then the emotional, metaphorical toll of what it is like to be from Fresh Meadows. So yeah, this is the subway map. You guys know it, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Here's where most people think Queens ends, right? Yeah. Yeah, next slide. Here is where I'm from. Not the best graphic design work, but you get it, right? So I grew up in Fresh Meadows, an exclusive rental community, a housing development, and unfortunately, exclusive rental community does mean that it has racist origins, unfortunately. Yeah, we don't like that. But here's a Reddit post I found from someone looking to move to my neighborhood 3 years ago. The apartment itself has really nice amenities at a low rate, but when I looked at Google Maps/images, I'm gonna be honest, I don't love what I've seen. I just feel like this area doesn't have a lot of stuff. Yes, you do. It's not near a subway line. You do have to take the subway or the bus to the subway, but I do want to say there is stuff there. I went on my housing development that I grew up in, their website, and it did have the local Hooters listed as a landmark. So I just want you to know. Also on there was the community parking garage. So there's tons to do and a place to park your car, which I know.
Cars!
Okay, so you can go to the next slide. The thing I like to say about my neighborhood, I didn't grow up, to be clear, in like a AOC, People's Republic of Astoria neighborhood. I grew up in the kind of neighborhood where you find out about a cop who accidentally shut his gun off at a Third Eye Blind cover band concert. We love Third Eye Blind, just not a place for guns. And there are a lot of parks in Fresh Meadows. There's like, I want to say 2 to 3 parks on every block even. They all look like this. They're all kind of ugly, but there is no shortage of parks, right? And so between the parks and the cops, I do like to say that my neighborhood is Robert Moses' wildest dream come true.
There we go. A modern utopia.
Yeah. And it turns out, thanks to the power broker, I do know that it's because Robert Moses created it when he drafted the State Redevelopment Companies Law, which created Peter Cooper Village in Stuytown, Riverton, and also Fresh Meadows.
Oops!
And I use, it was for people who have read the book or haven't, it's those first that I mentioned were financed by Metropolitan Life, and mine, the one I grew up in, was financed by New York Life, insurance companies. And I always said they look the same, and now I know why. And to that end, ugly.
Hey! Fair!
Yeah. So I'm going to say, to that end, what price Fresh Meadows? So I tried to summarize the State Redevelopment Companies Law, and this is as far as I got. I'm being really transparent here. Now I understand why it takes him so long to write his books, Robert Caro. But the thing to know is that it was racist. And in where I grew up, thankfully, as far as I know, he did not have to redevelop any communities, relocate any communities, but he did build over a golf course, which I did find surprising, to be honest.
It was a disappointment for me.
Okay, so the next slide. Rent will cost you from $1,650 a month for an efficiency garden apartment, which isn't bad for New York City, right? I don't know what all of you pay, but I think not bad. But on the other hand, next slide, You will develop an unhealthy fascination with the musical Rent because you can't believe that there are people who live in New York City who have such a different life from you. I'm really glad Rent has come up multiple times already. Okay.
Good show.
Attending a New York City high school, New York City Public High School. Can we give it up for the New York City public school system? Yeah, thank you so much. $0, right? But, next slide. Yeah, attending a New York City public high school, the feeling that no matter what you do, no matter how good your grades are, no matter how much you achieve, you can go to the next, you will never be important or matter because you are surrounded by 4,500 other kids at all times. And that's what the halls look like to this day. Yeah, I know, it's brutal, right? One time I got my wallet stolen and I didn't have any money in it because it was so crowded, you used to get pickpocketed regularly. I didn't have any money in it, but I did have prowlers, which were what my Latin teacher gave out to get you extra points on your Latin tests. So that was another cost, was I didn't do as well in Latin as I could have. Yeah. So, as you all know, Robert Moses built some highways. The ones near me, Grand Central Parkway, Clearview Expressway, Long Island Expressway. Part of the reason why there's no subway access in Eastern Queens is because instead of building subway infrastructure, he followed his heart and he built hundreds and hundreds of miles of highways. So if you want to get an Easy Pass, that's about $30 a month. But unfortunately, the cost of having no public transportation is you may become like this. This is Bayside, not where I grew up, but very close. Or you become a sitting New York City council member who tweets like this. Yeah.
Yay, good.
Yeah. Vicky, are you here tonight? Or you may be so out of step with your city that you, in the World Series, you side with Los Angeles. Yeah, and I say this as a Mets fan, but still. Okay, so for me, I didn't learn how to drive. I also didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was an adult. My student Metro card at the time was like $1 for a subway ride. I got half fare. But I became so good at public transportation, like I said, I never learned to ride a bike, and I had to see this on Hinge 3 years ago, and I think about it every day. It haunts me more than any breakup. My larger issue is that I grew up here, and I do know how to ride a bike, but not well, so. Juicy Couture sweatsuit, $119, yeah. Teen night at Limelight, which is a real thing my friends and I went to, $15, right? The feeling that you are so caught between New York City and Long Island culture that you feel like you're a car stalled on the Midtown Tunnel. That's how it feels. Or like a fish that can only swim in the East River. Yeah. So University of Delaware tuition, that's where I went to college. Maybe like 20, yeah, thank you, University of Delaware.
Really?
Really that I went there, or really that somebody's cheating?
Really that somebody else from Delaware is here?
Yeah, they're my friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's important to stay in touch with.
Blue Hawks?
Blue Hens.
Blue Hens!
Yeah, go Blue Hens. Yeah. Cool. So, so then the feeling that, basically like this, no matter how much you tell people you are from Queens, they will think you are from Brooklyn. You will feel like him every day of your life. Long Island Railroad ticket from Bayside to Penn Station, $7. Okay. Then meeting people all around New York City who refer to Astoria as Deep Queens and Forest Hills as Deep Queens. You feel like this. Yeah. Rates to go to Robert Moses State Park, $10 a car. That's where I used to go to the beach growing up.
Hell yeah.
We sat in traffic for like 2 hours each way.
You're welcome!
People saying you're from Long Island because you grew up near Long Island, you also feel like that. Yeah. So I'm going to give you a total. Let's say, $16.50 for rent, $30 for I don't remember what $30 was. Thank you, Easy Pass. I think I put it out of order. $30 for the Easy Pass, $0 for public high school, $50 for like a week for a Metro card, $119 for a Juicy Couture sweatsuit. I still have at least half of mine. $15 for teen night at Limelight, yeah. $25,000 to go to college. My parents, they helped out with that one. $7 for Long Island Railroad.
Yep.
$10 for the beach, the car at the beach. Maybe $26,881. Be a tough week on your bank account. That's the total. But being credited as a native New Yorker on the Robert Moses Power Joker show, priceless. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Lana Schwartz! Lana Schwartz, native New Yorker!